we actually are going to start standing because we want to warm up. So we are going to go through some sun salutations to begin with. The hardest thing about these cold park classes is taking off shoes and socks. Before we get started, let's just kind of find our way in mountain pose and draw the fingertips down at your sides and kind of squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit so that you're rolling those shoulders back and down. And then root down through the feet and lift up through the crown of the head. And feel that lovely cool breeze. And the sun on your face if you're outside. Tune into your breath. Reel all your thoughts in to your breath, to your inner thoughts. And taking one more full round of breath here, full inhale and full exhale. Blinking your eyes open, reach the arms up towards the sky, full breath in, and then exhale, swan dive over. Let all that breath out. On your next inhale, come on up halfway. Exhale, fold. And inhale, root to rise. Slight bend to the knees. Come all the way up. And then exhale, hands to the heart space. All right. From here, let's just take a couple of steps to the front of our mats. And we're going to go through 4 sun salutations. So I'll guide you guys. Inhale, reach up. And on your exhale, fold over. And then on your next inhale, take that right leg back to a lunge. So nice low lunge, lift the heart, and then plant your hands, step back, down dog. On your next inhale, wave out to plank. And then lower chaturanga. Inhale, just a gentle cobra. And exhale back to down dog. We're going to step that left foot forward, coming into a nice low lunge on the other side. Step the right foot to meet the left, forward fold. And inhale all the way up. Hands join overhead, exhale, hands to the heart space. And we'll just pause here. That was one sun salutation. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Just take that left leg back to a nice deep lunge. Lift the heart. Plant the hands, step the leg back, forward down dog. Inhale, wave out to plank. And lower slowly, chaturanga. Inhale, lift the heart, cobra. And exhale back to downward facing dog. This time, step the right foot up next to your right hand for lunge. Shine the heart forward. The left foot meets the right, forward fold. And inhale all the way up to standing. Exhale, bring the hands down to the heart space. Just pause here for a moment. 2 sun salutations to go. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, swan dive over. Right leg reaches back. Lunge. Plant the hands, down dog. Inhale, wave out to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up to your back bend. And exhale back to down dog. And then we'll step the left foot forward next to that left hand, lunge. Right foot meets the left, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up. Hands together at the heart space. Pause here just until our last one. Bring your focus to your practice. Inhale, reach up. Exhale over. Stepping the left leg back nice and far. Root through that back left heel. Lift the heart. Plant the hands. Find down dog. Inhale, waving out to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Perhaps an up dog or a cobra here. And exhale, down dog. I'm going to step the right foot forward. Find your lunge. Left foot meets the right, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. All the way up. Exhale, hands meet at the heart space. Just starting to warm up, just a tiny bit. Come into chair pose, that's sure to do the trick. So root down, bringing in that root chakra, strengthening the leg muscles. Try to keep the chest open, spread across the collarbones. Maybe sit a little deeper. Take a nice deep inhale. Reach the arms up overhead, parallel to each other. Exhale, hinge and fold over. Take your right leg back to lunge. This time just plant that right hand and pivot open for a twist. Beautiful. Exhale, take that left hand down to the mat, just on the outside of that left foot. Step back, plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, peel up, cobra or up dog. And back to downward facing dog. Let's take 3 connecting breaths here in our down dog. If you want to pedal your legs out, walk the dog here in the park. I think Ellie was saying that she wanted to be with us when she was barking at the beginning of the class. Look up to your hands, step your feet forward. Inhale, come on up halfway, lengthening the spine. Exhale to fold, and then bend the knees, root down, coming back into chair pose. Pinch the shoulder blades back, engage the core, sit a little deeper, reach the arms overhead, parallel. Exhale, hinge and fold over. This time we're going to take that left leg back, root through that back left heel, plant the left hand, spin open to the right. Press up out of that left shoulder. And then that right hand comes down just on the outside of the right foot. Step back, plank, and lower chaturanga. Inhale, peel up for your back bend. And exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. 3 connecting breaths here. If you'd like, you can drop the knees down to the mat. You can take a child's pose. Honor your body. Remember, this is your practice. Look up to your hands. Take as many steps as you need to come forward to a forward fold. Now, when you rise up, bring your hands to the top of your shins and support that lower back. Lengthen through the crown of the head. You want to get a nice long flat back here. Nice. Exhale, fold. And we're going to bend the knees coming into chair pose again. Lift the heart. Sit nice and deep. We'll parallel the arms and then raise up onto your tippy toes in your chair. And then stay lifted. See if you can press all the way up to standing. Don't let the breeze knock you over. And then exhale, lower. Heels and hands. All righty, good job. All right, hands come to the heart space. Logan's warming up, taking off his sweatshirt. She's got the cutest little bug antenna on. I wish she was on the camera instead of me. All right, so in our Anjali Mudra, our prayer pose, bring your focus back to your breath here. And then we're gonna step back just with the right leg. So think about 2 track lines and all 10 toes facing forward. Reach your hands to either your hips or interlace your hands behind your back. Now really squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, look up, open the heart, and on your exhale, hinge and fold forward. Lengthen from the crown of the head to the tailbone, pyramid pose. One more breath here. And inhale, come on up. Release those hands. And look over your right shoulder. Step your right foot or wiggle it back about another foot. Bend the left knee. We're going to reach our arms behind our back again. Inhale, look up. And on your exhale, humble warrior. Hinging on just the inside of that left thigh. Crown of the head bows down to the mat. Now go ahead and release the hands here down to the mat on either side of that foot. We're going to step back plank. We're going to move through a vinyasa. Lower chaturanga. Inhale your choice of up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. I'm just going to take one inhale, one exhale in our down dog. Look up to your hands, step your feet forward. Rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, soft bend, press all the way up. Exhale, hands come to the heart space. So for that other side, stepping the left foot back. So 2 track lines, all 10 toes facing forward. And then hands either on your hips or they interlace behind your back. Either way, draw the shoulder blades towards each other. And then inhale, take the gaze up. And exhale, hinge and fold forward. Pyramid pose. Your gaze goes down towards that right big toe. But think of your neck as an extension of your spine. So you want to lengthen through the crown of the head. One more breath here. And inhale, come on up. Release those hands. Step the left leg back a little bit further. Bend the right knee, just so it's over the ankle. And take the hands behind your back. Inhale to open the heart to the sky. And on your exhale, coming into humble warrior. Just dipping in to the inside of that right thigh. Crown of the head reaches down towards the earth. Nice big shoulder opener. Hip opener. And then release the hands. Take them on either side of that right foot. Step back for Vinyasa. Plank, lowering chaturanga. Inhaling up dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Choice of staying in down dog or bringing the knees down for child's pose. We'll take 3 connecting breaths. Try to even the breath out. Look up to your hands and step your feet forward. Come on up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up to standing. Palms meet overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart space. So we're going to do a little vinyasa. We're going to add a little fallen warrior into our practice today. So this is a nice strong pose. So best you can do. And inhale, sweep those arms up to the sky. Full breath. Exhale, hinge and fold over. Go ahead and take an inhale, lengthen the spine, crown of the head reaches forward. Exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, legs go back, plank pose. When you're ready, slowly lower, maybe you hover above the mat before coming into up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take the right leg back behind you, up to the sky, 3-legged dog. Energize through that entire right leg. Now draw your knee towards your nose. Start to wave out to plank. And then inhale, reach it back up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up to the sky. This time, exhale, knee to nose, and then shoot it out to the left. Maybe straighten your leg as much as you can. Flex at the ankle. Strong arms, lower all the way down to that right hip. Just pause here for a moment. You should get a little stretch into the IT band. Squeeze the elbows in towards your rib cage. And then we're going to come all the way back up. Take that leg back up to the sky. 3-legged dog. You got it. And then that right foot comes back down, downward facing dog. And let's go ahead and take the knees down to the mat. We'll take a little child's pose here in between. Kind of let this little sequence register for a moment in your body and your mind. It's a strong fallen warrior sequence. Next inhale, make your way back up to down dog. Root the hips back and away. And then we'll step our feet forward. Come on up halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands join. Exhale, hands to the heart space. Certainly should be feeling warmer. Awesome. So the sun helps and the temperature is rising here in the park. So we're going to do that whole sequence on the other side. Inhale, reach up, full breath. Exhale, swan dive over. Let the breath out. Inhale to your half lift. On your exhale, carefully bend the knees, plant the hands, step back, plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, inhale, the left leg reaches up high to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, draw that knee to your nose, wave out to plank. Inhale, take it back up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, three-legged dog. And this time, bring the knee to the nose and then shoot it out to that right side. Lengthen the leg and fallen warrior. Go ahead and lower. Maybe you fall, maybe you lower. A lot of strength in the arms here. And just rest here. So this should be a stretch on that lower left hip into the IT band. Reach through that left heel. And then dig the right foot to the mat. Carefully lift the leg back up to the sky. Three-legged dog. And back to full downward facing dog. Root the hips back. And then let's all take the knees down to the mat. Maybe the knees walk wide, big toes together. We'll take a nice wide leg child's pose. All right, carefully coming back up to hands and knees. We have to do one Halloween cat while we're here in the park. So what we'll do on Halloween is inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. And exhale, come into your favorite Halloween cat. Draw your navel to the spine. Push the ground away. Arch that back up. Think about those angry Halloween cats. Inhale, drop the belly. Cow pose. And one more time, exhale, cat. Inhale, tuck the toes under, come to your downward facing dog. And walk the feet to the front of your mat. Lengthen the spine up halfway, hands to the top of the shins to give your back some low support. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. All the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart space. I'm almost ready to take my sweatshirt off. Not quite there yet. We're going to do that sequence one more time. We're going to add to it. So the key is to try to lower with control for that fallen warrior. But now you know why it's called a fallen warrior, right? We always wondered, yeah? All right, inhale, reach up to the sky, big breath. Exhale, hinge and fold over. Inhale, come on up halfway. On that exhale, bend the knees, plant the hands, find your plank pose, nice and strong plank. Lower, hover if you'd like. Inhale, come on up. Up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right leg reaches up to the sky, three-legged dog. Draw the knee to the nose, wave out to plank. Inhale, take the leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up to the sky, three-legged dog. This time, draw the knee forward, kick that leg through to the left. Now, instead of lowering first, we're going to plant that right hand. We're going to twist open. All right, now that left hand comes down. We're slowly lowering, fallen warrior. And just pause here. Getting that stretch in the IT band. Squeeze the elbows to your rib cage. That's the key to pressing on up Take that right leg back up to the sky, three-legged dog. Now this time we're gonna take that right foot forward, place it next to your right thumb, and root up, warrior one. Take a nice deep inhale and pivot open to the left, warrior two. Gazes over your right fingertips. Right forearm to the thigh, extended side angle. Gaze goes up to the sky, maybe underneath that left arm. Next inhale, come on up to warrior two. Straighten that right leg. Reach through that right arm, lower triangle pose. Shoulders are stacked here. That right hand reaches down towards that forward right thigh. All right, now let's reverse that warrior, or reverse that triangle so the left arm goes back. There you go. Nice. All right, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Step back plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, peel up cobra. And exhale, down dog. So we'll do that sequence on the other side. Left leg reaches up high, three-legged dog. Knee to the nose, wave out to plank. Inhale, reach the leg up high, knee to nose. Inhale, reach it up, energizing to higher leg. Draw the knee into the chest, shoot it out to the left side. And then you're balancing just on this left arm, spin open. And then the right hand comes down to the mat. So chaturanga arms, beautiful, Kim. Lower fallen angel or fallen warrior. Squeeze those elbows in towards your rib cage. Dig the right toes into the mat. Come on back up. Three-legged dog. Nice. Step the left foot forward. Rise up, warrior one. Take a nice deep inhale and pivot open, warrior two. Left arm to the thigh, extended side angle. Shoulders are stacked. Next inhale, come on up to warrior two. Straighten that left leg. We're going to reach with that left arm and descend over for triangle pose. Shoulders are stacked, hips are stacked. Next inhale, reach up with that right arm. Reverse your triangle pose. Take the left arm up high. And then cartwheel the hands down to the mat, to the front of your mat. Step back plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, peel up cobra. And exhale to your down dog. Root your hips back and away. Take a few connecting breaths here. And then we'll slowly take the knees down to the mat. And let's walk our hands forward and find a puppy pose. Keep the spine nice and long. Hips stay right over the knees. Draw the navel to the spine. Just helps to protect that low back. And then slowly we're going to walk our hands up towards our knees and sit our hips back onto our heels. So we are coming into hero's pose. Let the arms be light at your sides. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist to your right. So bring your gaze over that right shoulder. And then inhale, reach back up again, facing forward. And exhale, twist to your left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take the hands down to the mat, toes tuck under, find down dog. And let's just take a forward fold here. So maybe step your feet to the middle of your mat. Keep your feet about hip distance apart. And we're just gonna ragdoll here. Option to bring your hands to the opposite elbows. Keep a nice generous bend into the knees. Maybe shake your head yes, shake your head no. Alrighty, bring your hands up to your hips. Hinge on up back to standing. And we're gonna come back into mountain pose here for a moment. I'm laughing because I just looked at the time. Typically, we haven't even come up to standing at this point in class. We're halfway, and look at how much we've already achieved, right? So this is a full-on Vinyasa class. So for me, this is challenging. So just close your eyes here and take some nice, comfortable breaths. Notice where you are in your body. Taking in that glorious vitamin D if you're outside. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Take the palms together and then exhale, slide them down to the heart space and just start to bend the knees. We're coming into a very gentle chair pose with the hands right there at the heart space. And we'll take a nice deep inhale and exhale, twist to your right. And then look over that right shoulder. If you want, you can fly those arms open. Find your twist. And together, back with the hands at the heart space. Untwist, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, fold again. Bend the knees. Come back into your chair pose. So nice and upright. Draw the shoulders back. Take a nice inhale. Twist left. Fly the arms open. And hands come back to the heart space. Untwist. Forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine up halfway. Hands to the top of the shins. Exhale, fold. And bend the knees, coming back into chair pose. All right. From here, we're going to do a little balance. So this is going to be standing pigeon pose. So you're going to root down through the right foot in your chair pose. Just start to lift up onto the toes of your left foot. So yeah, right foot is grounding, left foot's reaching up. And then just start to pick up that left foot, maybe cross the ankle over your knee. So you want to make sure that that standing knee is strong. Maybe fold here, possibly reach the hands down towards the earth. Option to straighten that standing leg if you forward fold here. Feel that great stretch in that left hip. And then slowly with control, you're bending that right knee again, coming back up to your standing pigeon. And then reach up, release the pose, walk the legs out. Good job. All right, good news and the bad news is we have another side. So coming back into that chair pose again. So I want to keep lifted through the heart space, root down through that left foot this time, raise the toes up on that right foot. Cross it over the knee whenever you're ready. So option to stay right here, or maybe sit a little deeper. You can fold forward if you feel comfortable doing that, or not. Take into account all kinds of flexibility and balance issues. If you folded, come on back up, bending that left knee, coming to your balanced pigeon, and then lift up and out of the pose. Beautiful. Walk it out. All right. Turn one way or the other so that you're facing the long edge of your mat. And then look down at your feet and parallel your feet, almost even like you're pigeon toeing your feet. And then try to press into the outer edges of your feet. Now, we almost always just go to a certain spot, right? Maybe challenge yourself and go a little wider. You can always come back in if that feels like it's too much on the inner hips or thighs. Hands come up to the hips. Take an inhale, press the hips forward, open the heart, squeeze the elbows towards each other, just a little back bend here. And then exhale, hinge and fold forward. Let's take that right hand below the face and twist open to the left. Option to take that lifted hand and reach it down to the low back. Just give yourself a little low back support as you twist open. And then reach that left arm back up and take it down to the mat. Right below your face. The right hand comes onto the hip first and let's begin to twist open. Take that right arm up to the sky. If you'd like, you can bend that right arm, bring it to the low back. Keep twisting. And reach that right arm up to the sky, down to the mat. And very slowly, we're gonna start to bend this right knee. Walk your hands over to the right knee. And take a nice deep, kind of a side straddle lunge. So, wow, getting into the knee, the hip, even that Achilles tendon on the back of that standing right foot. You could flex the left ankle a few times. If you feel pretty comfortable here, you can take your hands to the heart space. Balance. And then hands come down to the mat. Go ahead and walk yourself through to a wide leg forward fold. Or maybe just take an option here to reach your hands out to the pinky toe sides of your feet. Root the crown of the head down towards the mat just a little deeper. Nice. Getting that good hip opening. Relaxing the shoulders and the neck. And then we're walking our hands over to the left foot. Lighten through the fingertips. Maybe flex and point that right ankle. And perhaps the hands come to the heart space. And hands come back to the mat, come back to your wide leg forward fold. Now maybe walk your hands towards your feet or through the legs. Root down through the crown of the head. Maybe come to chaturanga arms. Nice deep forward fold. And then walk your hands forward, right underneath your face. And we're going to heel toe our feet in just a couple of times, but leave your toes facing outwards. And then drop your hips down towards the ground. We'll come into that yogi squat, Vinyasa pose, for a nice hip opening. We have one more option here. This is just an option. You can just reach your hands down to the ground, spread your fingers wide, bring your gaze in front of your hands about an inch or two. So you want to bring your hands forward, and then you're going to squeeze the legs towards your arms. Maybe see if you can lean forward just a little bit, balance here. Perhaps pick up one foot. You can set that back down, lift the other foot. If you'd like, you can come into a crow pose, lifting both feet, balancing, and feet come back down, hands back to the heart space. All right, big strong move here. Press all the way up, reach the arms open, star pose, and then shake it out. Maybe roll the shoulders a few times. That's a lot of shoulder work. Those fallen warriors, those chaturangas. So let's reach those arms out wide, maybe step the feet wide, and then cross one arm over the other and give yourself a nice big hug here. So really reaching for those shoulder blades, and then tuck your chin to your chest and just squeeze all that breath out. Inhale, open wide. See if you can cross the opposite arm over top. Reach for the shoulder blades. Tuck the chin to the chest, squeeze all that breath out. And last time, open wide. Nice. All right, drop the hands down to the sides. We're going to have a seat about the top third of our mats. And we're just going to come into a nice easy pose. Sukhasana pose. Go ahead and close your eyes here. We're just going to start winding up our practice in a few minutes. So I want us just to kind of come to this nice meditative stage of our practice, where we just start to reap the benefits of moving mindfully with our breath. Noticing here if yoga has a calming effect on you, both mind and body. And then slowly letting light back in, opening the eyes. We're going to hug our knees to our chest and you can wrap your hands around your shins and then lengthen the spine here and find some room in your neck. Or maybe lift the heels up, so engaging the core. You can flex and point the ankles here. And if you want to challenge yourself, you can unfold to a full boat pose. Bring the gaze slightly up. So if you're in the park, so maybe almost to the top of the tree branches. Give yourself some length in the neck. And then slowly with control, drop those knees back down to the mat. Lift the arms up to the sky and drop the knees open. Exhale, fold forward. Just wherever you land here in your forward fold, make this just a nice yin pose. And then very slowly, let's go ahead and just walk ourselves up. Draw the knees together. Plant the feet to the mat. And we're just gonna, with control, you should have plenty of room to roll back onto your mat. Drawing the navel to the spine. Coming down nice and slowly. Reach those arms overhead. Maybe lengthen the legs on your mat. Just take a nice long stretch here. Working through the core muscles. And then we're going to bend the knees, walk the feet towards your sits bones. You can take your arms out to a T. And then we drop our knees over to the right side. So just taking a nice twist here and look over that opposite left shoulder. Ground through the shoulders. Breathe into that rib cage, that side rib cage. And then very slowly bring the knees back to the center. And then drop the knees over to the left side. Take your gaze over to the right shoulder. Feel that nice, wonderful twist. Soaking in the last bit of vitamin D for our fall season. Bringing the knees back to the center. And here you can hug your knees into your chest. Maybe a little rock here, side to side. Nice nourishing hug. If you want to engage the core a little bit more, you can draw your forehead up to your knees. And then decide for yourself if you would like to come into perhaps a happy baby pose or maybe a bridge pose. A wheel pose would be an option if you like to do back bends. Shoulder span. Kind of taking this time for yourself. If you've got a block handy, you could do a bridge on the block. Legs up to the wall is an option. And then begin to make your way into Shavasana. So lengthening your legs onto your mat. Wiggling your shoulder blades underneath you, turning your palms up. Maybe your arms come out to the sides, just a little bit away from your body. Take a couple of full breaths here. Feeling grounded. Closing your eyes. Softening your facial muscles. And very slowly Start to bring movement back into your body. You can start anywhere you want. Fingers, toes, circling the wrists and the ankles. Maybe you reach the arms overhead and take a nice long stretch. And then eventually rolling on to your left or your right side. And just pausing here, noticing how you feel. And then use that top hand to press up to a seated position. We'll take the hands together at the heart space. So nice of you all to join me both on Zoom and in person for our yoga practice. The light in me sees and recognizes the light in each of you. Namaste.